First up, we have the Stormy Predators versus Baked and Fancy. For Stormy Predators, we have the killing feature. Once again, Squid being piloted by Finks. Exact same build as last time. Artemis up front, Gatling on the starboard side, and Mine Launcher on the back. They're also bringing the Aesir. Once again, close range Mobula, piloted by Scrimscraw. Double Gatling on the lower deck with Mortar up top. Banshees on either wing.
And on the blue team, we have Baked and Fancy. First ship, Whale on the Loose, a Junker, piloted by Dementio. We have Hades, Mine Launcher, Artemis for left side. Right side, Artemis, Gatling. I feel like some of those guns, maybe they got mixed up. But their ally, the Morgenstern, a Galleon, piloted by Tiberius III. We have left side is close range, Artemis Watch, a Minotaur. Right side, double
Minotaur. Yeah, I don't see a whole lot of that. Oh man, this triple Gatling gonna drop the armor of the Morgenstern really quick. Oh my god, my German pronunciation is garbage. Aesir putting in a lot of permahull on it. Artemis gonna keep them locked down, and the Whale on the Loose is struggling to protect its ally. Armor drops again, Mortar comes out. It's gonna take forever to get that armor up. It's a Galleon. Artemis, where is it? Reloading.
Only one person on the hull on that Galleon as well.
Oh, they gotta tank this harder, man. So the Whale on the Loose can save them, but they're gonna drop way too quickly. And now the Aesir, it's taken some damage, but the killing feature is behind the Whale on the Loose. Can the Aesir move past the Whale? And I think they're gonna be able to. Now it all matters whether the killing feature can drop the engines on the Whale on the Loose. One turning engine out, main engine not buffed. It's getting damaged. Turning engine's buffed, but... Huh?
Bracket is on the stream.
Oh my god. I'm a noob.
In the meantime, Whale on the Loose is taking a lot of Gatling damage, but they do manage to keep their whole armor up. It is buffed. So they won't be taking any permanent damage here. And the Tard coming out might be able to keep them alive long enough for them to regroup with their Galleon allies. So despite a very decisive... Oh no! Oh jeez.
Oh no, they hit a mine!
Oh wow, I did notice there are a lot of mines in this tar field, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of why you do that. Still, though, like, there's not a mine... No, there is a mine launcher on the Whale on the Loose. That's one of the big things about tar, is it makes it really hard to spot out mines. That's why you don't want to charge through a tar cloud just about ever.
Unless they don't have, I mean, mines, of course.
Yeah. Alright, they want builds again. We're getting a request in chat. Yeah, sure. We got the killing feature with Artemis on the front, Gatling starboard side, mine launcher on the back. The Aesir, close range, double Gatling on the bottom. Mortar up top, Banshees on the sides, and that Mortar is doing work this game. Whale on the Loose is probably the weirdest build in this game. They have Hades Artemis, but then a mine launcher on that same side, and then on the other side we have Artemis Gatling. We're thinking that maybe they biff this build a little bit.
Well, I don't actually think that. I think it's
really?
just Dementio running stupid builds.
I think he's running builds that he thinks might kind of work.
He likes to run the weird stuff.
Yeah, and we
also this the Galleon.
Yeah.
Minotaur, Huacha, Artemis on the left side, right side, double Lumberjack.
Yeah.
Killing feature's actually taking quite a bit of damage here. That Minotaur messing them up a little bit.
Yeah, the Minotaur works pretty well against the Squid, but the Aesir is coming in from the side. They're once again targeting that Galleon. If those Gatlings are doing so much, but the Watcher comes out, are they able to actually do anything with it? Minotaur lands. Not doing a whole lot, though, and the double Gatling will, again, get their arc. Look at those pretty little... I like that shotgun blast from the Minotaur. It's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, the Minotaur's actually messing them up a little bit. Scrim having some difficulty keeping the correct arcs, and he actually has to drop down, losing the whole armor.
Yeah, Whale on the Loose gonna follow them down as well, but the killing feature dropping some serious Artemis into their engine column. They bring their turning engine back up, and now only one is buffed, and the Aesir dropping double Gat down on the armor. They can't follow up with the Mortar, though, because they bump. Rakataka, killing feature also can't follow them down. They're running into the archway. The Whale on the Loose is going to get out of here, okay.
This is one of the issues with the Whale on the Loose. It just doesn't have a fast kill side. You know, you saw they had a good angle on the Aesir when the Aesir was focusing the Galleon, but the Artemis just doesn't contribute that much firepower.
Killing feature eating damage. They get their armor back up. They ate a little bit. In the meantime, the Aesir just desperately trying to stay alive here behind the arch, but the Morgenstern is ready to come around. Whale on the loose, gets arc. Killing feature gonna target the Galleon, trying to drop those main guns, but it's hard to land an Artemis when a squid is moving that fast. Aesir dropping quick. Too much Artemis fire. A little help from the Morgenstern as well. Now the killing feature left alone with these two ships. It's going to stay on the Morgenstern. I don't think it wants to allow this Galleon to get any shots. It's doing a good job of keeping the Galleon's guns out of arc, but now it's going to drop down. I think it's going to go through the archway. Yeah, Finks is going to just get out.
Make sure the Galleon's guns are disabled and just find the right point to drop out with shoot Ven and get away. Yeah. So there's no way the killing feature would really be able to accomplish anything on their own.
Yeah, they were waiting for the Whale on the loose to get closer so they could just book it. There wasn't too much danger in that strategy. So it's 1 for 1.
This Galleon, kind of interesting. You know, typically the Minotaur, not a gun we've seen a lot of competitive play with. It's generally regarded as being fairly weak. The knockback mechanic is cute, but generally not that effective. But against this team composition the red team is bringing, like, both of these red ships are actually fairly heavily affected by having their arcs knocked out. The Mobula is so slow to turn, and the squid relying on their maneuverability to really stay alive. The Minotaur is fairly capable of disrupting both of these ships the red team is bringing.
Whale on the loose, getting some shots out on the Aesir. They have the spot. The Morgenstern not really able to do a whole lot with it. They have the double lumberjack, but looks like they're targeting the killing feature, trying to knock their balloon out. I'm worried it's not going to do a whole lot here. The Aesir is going to back off, and it looks like they're just going to disengage. Stormy Predators looking okay right now. You have an odd hole. Yeah, you have odd hole values right now. Killing feature very low, but the Aesir full health right now. If it can get the chance to move in, it could easily sweep away these 2 kills, especially with both ships damaged.
And Finks on the killing feature is going to have to be very diligent about moving around here, making sure that he's able to distract the blue team but not actually die. And it looks like Aesir, they have enough time to close the distance here, and they're now engaging the blue junker.
Yeah, here we go. Gatling. Heavy engine down. That Artemis doing work. The Aesir is going to get some pretty good shots into the hull. It's so close to dropping, but Tar might actually be able to keep the Aesir away. They're not able to drop mines. The mine launcher did get dropped, but that's not going to stop them. Artemis putting out some nice reliable damage as the Aesir clean. Or no, the killing feature got that kill with their Artemis. Very nice. And now the Morgenstern is all alone. Killing feature moving in. The Aesir's Gatlings are just out of range. But for now, the killing feature has its Gatling, it has its Artemis, and it is going to be so easy to stay out of the arc of this Galleon. Armor drops. Mortar's not going to have a problem landing into that big fat hull of the Galleon. 3-1 in favor of Stormy Predators.
Goodbye, Junker. We see Whale on the loose respawning here to the north. And surely red team sees them.
Oh yeah, they got the spot.
That they decided to take the closest spawn, maybe thinking that their Galleon would have been able to tank a little longer than they were in reality, and now they're kind of left on their own.
Scrim loves his kerosene. He's willing to burn it out even on a Mobula to close distance.
Although in this particular situation, looks like he's backing out.
Well, now he's going to, yeah. Both the killing feature, well, the killing feature actually didn't take any permahull. Neither did the Aesir. That was a huge victory for Stormy Predators. The fact that they were able to pick up 2 kills and take no permahull damage despite the killing feature being so hurt.
Yeah, I think that's the primary issue with what blue team is bringing. They're both bringing very unique builds, but they both lack the DPS we typically see associated with these ships. Like the Gatling double Artemis is just not going to have the same punch as the mortar, and that Minotaur, like, it's cool to knock him around and it can be fairly annoying for red, but that's a huge DPS loss, putting that gun on the Galleon.
It really is. It used to be good against armor, like when it was first released, but then I loved it back then. I fell in love with that real quick. I put it on the front of a goldfish, broke the armor, and then just rammed. It was fun. It was fun, but you can't do that anymore. It's more of a disable gun. There's no real damage potential on it. Now the killing feature, oh, getting sniped out a little bit here. Watch it goes wide.
I mean, all the killing feature really needs to do is distract blue team long enough for the Asir to get the jump on one of them and get one of those fast kills.
Absolutely. The Asir, however, just hanging out. It doesn't want to go in just yet. I wonder what Scrimscraw's thinking. Like, what is he waiting for right now? Killing feature is still taking hits.
I think he's waiting for them to maybe get a little closer to the ridge, but I don't think they're going to.
Yeah, they look pretty set.
Since killing feature's not taking any real damage here, like they don't necessarily. Red team doesn't have to force an engagement. They can just keep letting the killing feature be annoying, as long as blue team's not landing enough solid hits.
Yeah, still we've got about 10 minutes left on the clock. There's a lot of time for the Stormy Predators to burn.
I mean, yeah, but like these blue ships, they're not great at pursuing. It's a galleon and a junker, two of the slowest ships in the game.
The Asir now thinking about moving in. I'm not sure exactly what they were waiting for. They were waiting for the killing feature to move up north, I suppose. They're going to have to break this spot if they really want to do much. There they go. They're behind the clouds. And it should break any second here. There we go. Killing feature is now unknown.
Yeah, and there's actually a nice cloud here for the Asir to use if they decide to move in. Kind of close to the flight ceiling. They could get almost a free engagement on whale on the loose without the blue junker even seeing them.
Yeah, fun.
And it looks like...
fun
Sorry,
fact.
go ahead.
Yeah, fun fact. This engagement, this exact engagement, with the Mobula coming in low and then rising up, is where we first saw the Brawlbula in action. That's when it made... this spot right here is where it made its debut. However, the Asir is going to have to wait for another set of clouds to roll in, I think.
And at this point, I think... The blue team's probably fairly aware of that strategy, which is why they're moving back. They have a little bit more distance, a little more visibility. They're realizing that was a possibility. Although they're actually now moving forward.
Yeah, I think they recognize that the Asir is going to be coming. They say, you know what, killing feature's probably in this cloud all alone. The Asir is not going to be able to help them, so we'll just move in. Killing feature forced to back out. Still, the fact that the killing feature can draw the battle lines so quickly and redraw them so quickly is what's allowing the Storm Predators to keep the baked and fancy at bay.
And the patience from Scrimscraw here. He hasn't moved 1 foot in the last probably 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah,
like they know the impetus is on blue team to make something happen, so they can afford to just sit there all day and like a black recluse is not a real spider, but if it was a real spider, just wait there, waiting for them to fall into Scrim's web, and here he is. He sees the junker, he sees his prey. He wants blood.
Oh, he gets spotted, though, just barely. But he's going to burn kerosene right on in there. And he's closing distance well. Spots on both ships. And here comes the Gatling. Morgenstern is in a lot of trouble once again. Killing feature bypasses the whale on the loose to assist with the damage. Here comes the mortar. Killing feature, can you actually do a whole bunch of damage here? They have both guns knocked out. Engines, not looking so great either, I don't think. Yeah, there we go. We have repairs going out on the engines, but that's not going to do a whole lot. Not when you got mortars raining in and you're a galleon with no momentum. Big Watcher Barrage into the killing feature, though. Gonna knock out just about everything. Tar gets burnt. Killing feature is going to have to get out of here, and they're going to tag out for the Asir. Asir barely landing Gatling shots on the whale on the loose. They've swapped targets, and it looks like the Baked and Fancy have actually managed to turn this engagement around.
Whose tar was that? Is that the Junker's tar? Because
that
he's
might have
backing
been
into it.
I don't know, man. It might have been killing features. Whale on the loose, taking... No, there goes the tar. Okay. They're not going to be taking any more damage from it, but that may have been the mistake that costs them their lives. Watcher goes out, hits the killing feature, drops a couple of guns. And they're going to back out either way.
Interesting, the Aesir got forced out there. I'm not quite sure why they decided to back away, because I don't think the Minotaur was necessarily pushing them that back, and they haven't taken any significant damage, although now taking this opportunity to move back in, and with that Galleon already at 40% permahull, this will be a quick kill when the armor goes down, although, no, they're afraid. They're moving back again. They're afraid of this blue junker.
Yeah, their balloons out, though. They're drogue shooting. They're going to bottom out. They bottom out and they grind. Killing feature getting a chance to come in on the other side of the whale on the loose. Gatling might be able to drop the armor. Is it buffed? It is buffed. And it's going to be really hard to break through. I think they recognize, now they recognize that they have to get out. Kill advantage on red team if it ties, though. So even if the Baked and Fancy pick up the kill on the killing feature, Stormy Predators still have the advantage, and Baked and Fancy are going to need one more kill.
I don't know why Scrim decided to get disengaged there. Like, did the mortar get sniped out? Because I feel like if they just kept moving forward, they could have pursued a kill onto the Galleon, instead deciding to back up and smash the rear of his ship on the central ridge.
Yeah, I gotta question that play. I think what happened was they were afraid to continue engaging because they burnt out their engines so hard with the kerosene. Because they burnt it for a long time, and you saw the moment that the Aesir got in range, it was firing Gatling. It was firing Gatling at the very edge of the Gatling's range. So they weren't repairing those engines. They had to fall back to the engines, and by then, I think they had taken too much damage.
I feel like it happened when the hull armor broke, is when he started backing off, but Whale on the Loose not having that mortar, they probably would have lived long enough to kill the Galleon before they themselves went down.
Yeah, I agree. I think that Scrimscraw got cold feet because he was taking too much damage. I don't think he's used to taking that much damage on the Brawlbula.
Well, this is potentially a good spot for the Aesir. Blue team, they're fairly close. They're very high vertically, but of course the Mobula, good at closing that vertical distance. So Whale on the Loose might be walking into a trap here, deciding to engage in the red spawn point.
Yeah, the Aesir has Hydro, and they're gonna burn it. They're rising up quick, and they're ready to burn out the hull on the Whale on the Loose. They have buffed hull, but Double Gatling's gonna burn it out quick. Killing feature looking to be in trouble, though. Whale on the Loose has to go for full repair, but they're taking mortar. Armor drops just in time. They bring it back up, but the killing feature is coming in on the offensive once again. The Aesir drops the armor. All it'll take is a little bit more. Gatling will even chip it out. And now the Morgenstern is way too far forward, spotted, and all alone.
Yeah, unfortunately that Tar was, trying to keep the Mobula out, but unfortunately making his ally take a little bit longer and forcing his ally to take a closer position, blocking their visibility. And now the Morgenstern left all alone in red spawn. There's, a Galleon across enemy lines is not a good spot to be in.
No, mortar comes out, real easy shots, and that's going to be victory. Stormy Predators move on to the finals, and Baked and Fancy are going to have to drop down and face the victor of Brother Bard and Sword.